So you should be ready to book your first guest. As I mentioned in a previous video, you should have some templates put together for all your points of outreach to guests from your first contact, requesting a booking, all the way through following up. I'm going to go ahead and revisit some of those. So here's an example of some outreach that you're going to use for asking a guest to book. So once your client has approved a lead that you sent them, you're going to go ahead and send them whichever template you put together. If it's a warm lead, then you're going to have it be something like, as we discussed previously, blah, blah, blah. Here's the booking link. So excited to have you on. If it's somebody that you're contacting for the first time, then you're going to want to give them something more like this, where you're giving information about the show. You may want to include a link. I usually include what I can in the text. The only link I like to share is the calendar link. You want to keep it as simple as possible if it's a first outreach. Just it'll increase the likelihood of them opening the email. Anyway, when you get to the point where you're sharing a booking link, then obviously you're going to put that booking link in. Before you do that, double check and make sure that there's availability on your client's calendar, because it's always a big inconvenience when you send out a link and then they're like, there's no availability. So just make sure that there is some availability. Give them the option of reaching out to you if none of the times that are available work, and then you might have to, on occasion, coordinate with your client and the guests to find a time that works for both parties. So you're going to go ahead and utilize one of the templates that you're going to create along the way. Let me know if you want some examples. I'm happy to share some with you. And then you're going to have them book a time. Once they have booked, you're going to be checking, ideally you're going to have access to your client's Calendly. In which case you would go in every single day. When you start your day, you should be going in and checking calendars. So you're going to go in and see if any appointments were booked for your client. If you see them, then you can start adding them to Basecamp. If they don't give you access to your Calendly, then you're going to have a way to get notifications of when somebody books. You'll have to work on that specifically with your client on what they want to give you access, who's going to be the person who relays that information. So again, if you need help developing that process, go ahead and contact me and I can help you out. Once a guest has booked, you're going to go ahead and create a folder for them. There should ideally be a template for like an episode folder. This podcast is a little different than normal, but it should have some pre-existing categories, subfolders rather, for your new guest that's booked. Once you get all your templates going, you're going to go ahead and copy templates into each of these. So you might have like a template for your specific show notes. If there's something you want to fill in, you really have the opportunity to customize this and make it as plug and play as possible. Then you can start populating it with information for the guest that has booked. So like I said, you should have at least a base template in here for the subfolder. So it'll be guest template. Go to that, you're going to hit the little dots over here. You're going to do copy. It's going to automatically ask you to, if you want to copy it to the same folder, you're going to say yes. Then you're going to go down and select the correct folder. It's usually episode folder, something like that. This one's called podcast episodes. So that would be where I copy it. And then you can go ahead, once you've made the copy, you're going to do the same thing. Click on the dots. You're going to go rename folder, and then you're going to enter the guest's name and then their interview date. You could even put the time of the interview, just make sure you indicate the time zone that it's in. And then you're going to have an episode folder that indicates that. So I'm going to go ahead and show you for an example of what that would look like. This one here was, so we don't have it assigned yet. It's the guest name and then their interview date. So that's what that's going to look like. Once you have that created, you're going to take the heading here, you're gonna hit copy, you're gonna go into your to-dos, you're gonna find your episode template, you're gonna click on it, you're gonna click the dots, you're gonna hit copy, you're gonna select it, copy it into the same place. It'll take a moment. And then when it's done, you're going to rename it and you're going to paste that exact same heading, so they are identical, and you're gonna hit save. So now you have coordinating to-do folder that matches your episode folder. Once you have it assigned to a specific day for airing, you'll go ahead and assign it the episode number and the air date. Again, you go in there, you can make changes to it, so you're basically editing. So you're gonna go up here, you're gonna say rename it, and then you can go ahead and make your edits here. I'm gonna go ahead and delete this one that I made because I don't need it. So you're always gonna make a copy off of that. This is all stuff that you should already be familiar with. I'm just walking you through again. Once you have your guest booked, you've got your episode folder created, you've got a matching to-do list created. You can start tasking out the to-dos up to the recordings. You make sure that you get your headshot, your bio, make sure you have the correct email address, correct spelling, correct title, all that good stuff. Have everything ready to go. So when you're ready to do interview questions, you've got everything correct. And then it'll just make things a lot more smooth when you move forward. Additionally, after you're done setting up the to-do and the episode folder, you're going to go ahead and send an email to the guest confirming that they booked. Again, you're going to go and use that outreach template. You're going to use the confirmation email that you have, just confirming they booked, the date, the time, the Zoom link. And then you will also include a link to the form that we have that goes into Keep. I will post it below in the video here. Excuse me, I'm using my voice. I will post that. The link will be below the video in the module. That you just send to your guest. They fill it out. It should be getting their email address and their mailing address. Just let them know we want to get a little more information about them and see if they're a fit for any of our other shows. And then we would like to just keep in touch with them. So if they would fill it out and submit it, then we can use that information. So that is the process. So every time a guest books, you're going to send the confirmation and you're going to send the form, the link to the form that gets all their information. And then you'll have, ideally, you will have their mailing address right out the gate. If you do not get that information, then you'll have to keep asking them for their mailing address so we can mail the mug and card once their episode airs. So go ahead and get that set up. Let me know if you have any questions, if you need any help creating templates, if you need help getting access to the calendar so you can check for appointments. Hopefully everything will run smoothly.